Sameach. I'm Rabbi Marilee Gordon of McHenry County Jewish Congregation. And tonight we begin the beloved, joyous holiday of Passover when we celebrate our freedom from slavery in Egypt so long ago. I wanted to talk about something that I was privileged to discuss with a group this morning in studying the Zohar with our professor Melila Hellner, who is in Israel. She was on her way to celebrate Passover in the Sinai. She's leaving Israel to go to Egypt to celebrate Passover and then come back. Now, her reason for leaving Israel is because it's much quieter in the Sinai. No bombs, no sirens. And so she and her family are celebrating Passover in the Sinai. But what we studied this morning was compassion in terms of the Haggadah, in terms of Passover, compassion rather than revenge. Now, when we recite the plagues at our Seders, remember, we diminish our joy. We don't celebrate the death of our enemies. We diminish our joy, and that joy is represented by wine. Wine is the symbol of joy for us. So we take a drop of wine out of our glass of wine at the Seder for each of the 10 plagues, because we're not rejoicing that the Egyptians had to suffer in order for us to be released. And so it is in any of our wars. We don't celebrate that there are civilian deaths. We don't celebrate that the Iranian people right now are suffering. We didn't celebrate that the people of Gaza were suffering. And the passage that we were studying had God silencing the Israelites at the shores of the Red Sea after they had crossed. This is before the Song of the Sea. Why? Because God did not want the Israelites to break out in cheers at the fact that the Egyptians had been thrown into the sea and drowned. So it was a matter of compassion. And so we started thinking about it this morning when we were studying, that when something happens to our enemies, our first response might be revenge and to be joyous at the fact that they've suffered. But if we take a step back and we're quiet for a minute, if we quiet ourselves, then we remember to have compassion as we're taught in the Torah, not to have revenge on our enemies. So let us use our Seders during Passover as a time to rejoice at our coming from suffering to freedom, but to have compassion on our enemies who suffer in that process. Chag Sameach. Have a joyous Passover.